Samsung Galaxy A55, A35 5G. Evos, is that a Yeet ban in the first phase?
Sure is. What season is it where we see the Yi ban away so early on? With the chip banned away by KSQ, let's see what else is gonna come up right here. I don't think the Sicilian warrants a ban, but hey, speaking of weird mages, weird magical damage in the gold lane, the Alice still was banned out. I wonder if there could be a situation here where it gets left open and one of these teams can pick it up.
I'm not sure. When it comes to Evos, or RQ rather, what are they going to ban out? Phobias. Alright. So they're actually planning to leave the Edith open this time around. In game number 1, they were the ones to ban out the Hayabusa, Tigreal, and Harith. So maybe this game, they might be looking to pick up the Hayabusa for Sutsujin. That is a pick that hasn't really done too well in the hands of Sutsujin. So I guess we'll see what the plan is here.
It hasn't done so well for Sutsujin, but that's before the changes, I believe. So by all means, that could be that could be a bit of a factor. This is why the matches immediately after a big patch, after big changes and adjustments to heroes, get very exciting in the drafting phase. Hayabusa will be respected by Evos. I believe that's quite the wise choice. But now for RRQ, what's the idea here? Earlier, they banned away the Edith along with that, but it's the Mathilda. They are not willing to concede it to Evos.
Nope, no chance. And this means that the Edith is open, the Harith is open as well. What do they want to go for?
I think Edith is a safe choice to go for, but because if they go Harith,
the priestess
yeah,
of
there you
primal
go.
lightning,
They go Edith here,
the hunter of
RQ
all
with a
the evil
response this
gods.
time around. What are they going to go for? They can go Ling for Sutsujin, knowing that the Ling is up for grabs, but they decide to go for the Arlet first. Good flex pick. With the change of the mana now, it's a lot stronger than it was before.
Yeah, the manaless hero, Arlet, in the EXP lane potentially, but maybe Edo can make good use of it as well. Along with that, what's it gonna be? Usually it's a mid lane. For the longest time, it was always the Aurora. But hey, Nolan making an appearance. Sutsujin was doing great on the Nolan, but we have to remember the slipperiness of this Nolan has been lowered, but Sutsujin is one of those assassins, one of those players who hasn't really been playing too risky when it comes to that Nolan gameplay.
I was wondering when the Nolan would show up, right? I was curious to see the effect that the patch had on the Nolan, and we finally get to see it in play now. Evos, however, do they want to secure the Valentina still for Klokun, or do they have a different option in mind?
They gotta somehow prepare for the Harith, because the Harith is coming. If they don't get a counter here, Harith gets picked up and all the counters get banned away in the second phase.
So Valen Lunox?
I don't know if you want to go Lunox here though. Yeah, okay. This is a Harith pick, I think, for RQ.
Wow, okay, man. The link with the Faramis, though, seems like the sustainability is something that they really want. But now they got a bit of a good balance. Man, I kind of called it. But wow, Alice in the first phase.
Oh, man.
They've secured a physical damage source in the jungle as well. So this is a well-balanced pick. And they ban away the Lunox.
What do you think about this Alice going into a lineup that has the Faramis, though?
It's good.
I guess in a way it's good, right? Because everyone's forced to clump up anyways.
Yeah.
So if you're the Alice, you're outputting the damage, you're healing more anyways.
It's better than the Harith against the Faramis.
And technically, again, the combination miracle, we talked about this yesterday, I believe.
No.
The fact that they put the Alice with an assassin means everyone is kind of worried about kind of spreading apart alone from each other. And that can lead to that corralling effect. And with the final slash, there's so many ways that RRQ can combo this. But for Evos, if they can secure enough playmaking tools, maybe they can stop it in its tracks.
Oh man, Coach Kez. Remember when he was in Bigatron Alpha, he picked this Alice for the jungle for Super Ken, and then he ended the draft with an Angela. With the Valentina and Yi banned out, with the Eve also banned out. Honestly, I don't see why not. Why not go for the Angela? Give the Alice even more power. Play around Skylar. By the way,
you can combo with the Nolan as well.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, Season 7, Skylar, when he made his debut, he was hated the most when he played Alice because he kept losing lane.
Yikes. Well, how to turn tables. Now the Alice is actually back, quote-unquote, in the meta. We'll have to wait and see how it develops after this week. First pick for RRQ, though. Like you mentioned, Mirko, so many options. They can get a strong pick for the lane. They can go and get more utility. With 6 seconds to go, the answer is going to be the Aurora late into the drafting phase. Technically, it can still be flexed.
Yeah.
Into the roam
Yep.
for Edok.
The Edok technology.
The
Man.
Aurora Roam technology.
This is disgusting to draft against, honestly.
The trickster.
Okay, let's see the idea. Okay, we have a Kaja Beatrix combination as the final 2 picks for Evos. And now for RQ. Pick your poison.
Let's go Minotaur at this point, right?
Or Ruby, maybe?
Ruby, Minotaur.
The signature Ruby can stop the Kaja. You know, we've seen it happen. A Kaja flicker Divine Judgments.
Yeah.
As he arrives, gets stuck on the Don Juan Wolf King. It's a signature pick for Edok as well.
Or just go Franco.
Or just go Franco.
I don't know. There's no real
Signature pick
burst.
as well.
There's no follow-up burst, right? I mean, Aurora.
Aurora, bro. Nolan,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
But it's not instant.
True. Hang on a minute.
It's not like a carry or a Beatrix.
Vessel of iron.
They go for.
Bones of steel.
Good, they got the Kacha. That-
Kacha.
Not expect the Gata Kacha.
Exactly. You have to expect the unexpected when Coach Kaz is in the building.
I don't know. What is the Gatot for?
To actually
Beatrix?
drop on top of the Nether Realm?
Yeah.
Maybe.
The taunt also stops the Kanja. If you go Divine Judgment, you get taunted, you can't move.
Oh, you're right. And in the early game, maybe they were concerned about not matching the aggression coming in from the Ling, from the Faramis, you know, in the mid lane. The Gatot almost guarantees that in that roam 1v1, you have a bit more to say about how things go. Because again, the passive, right? It gives you damage, reduction, and also sustain.
I love it.
Once
I love
again,
it.
Look, the lineup rating favors Evos, but
Both games,
we
we
all
know.
know that is not how, you know, it's not on paper, right? The games are played in the Land of Dawn.
My people would say that's cap.
It's cap. Omawa has learned that slang from us as well.
The
He
final
understands.
life, the final possibility, the final chance for the White Tigers to look for that possibility into the playoffs.
Smash them.
And here it is, another battle between heaven and earth. Can Evos survive and withstand the pressure of the kingdom to force this to a game number 3?
Oh, look at that early pressure from Edok and Renz.
Yikes, man. The fact that there's another additional crowd control tool for the side of RRQ, especially in that combo, right? The twin pillars, Rins and Edok. You get taunted, you get hit with the hailstorm. It's a lot of damage that you have to sustain through. Right. Look at this movement though from the side of Evos. They want to contest early on.
I just want to throw out a fun fact, but this is the worst Ling skin to use in a game because it's very hard to see the visualization of where the blades are going to drop. You'll see it later when he ults, but he's using a special Ling skin.
Interesting. Wow. All right. Let's take a look at the emblems by IndieHome though while we do have the chance, because this seems like a high-paced, high-octane game. Agilities for the Faramis and the Kaja, roaming around. Weapon mastery for the Beatrix though. Seems like they don't feel like they can snowball reliably enough, or they're gonna rely on the Link to snowball and let the Beatrix handle that late game damage. But, oh,
Natko dashed earlier, and now it's going to be caught by the taunt as well. Natko might be forced to flicker out, so Sujin is waiting there. No fracture!
Oh.
Almost predicting the flicker. But Natko will be forced to recall.
But he gets out, right? He used the flicker at the right time, was able to get out. By the way, in terms of emblems, Clockun, Paramis, Lethal Ignition.
Lethal Ignition to just get extra bit of damage in the midst of a quick trade, you know? And by all means, the Ghost Bursters. If you actually use it in a crowd of human beings...
Natko, no! He survives with the QC! Oh no, the lethal ignition's right there! Annabelle coming in, Dreams as well, walking up, they're vitalized. Not enough to keep him alive. Skylar able to flicker out at the top of the blades. Annabelle picking up all the blades, but the flowing blood gets Skylar out, 1 for 1.
That's the nerf onto the cooldown of that dash, man. You see Sosajin trying to get out of there, but he has to be a bit more careful with how he wants to dash out. He can't just spam it out the same way. And again, with Clockun having a bit more burst of the lethal ignition, RRQ now, they gotta be a bit more careful here, because level 4 is up for a lot of the members of Evos.
Meanwhile, you can see both of these mid laners trading it out. Technically, right now, we do see that RQ is able to clear a lot quicker. And speaking of clearing, man, that damage already early game from the Aurora onto Dreams is going to be a problem. Dreams is already half health. And this is before they go for the setup for the turtle.
Even though there was a level 4 advantage for Evos, they were unable to use it. Despite having a Kaja, you would think that they would be dictating the pace, just forcing to try and get something, anyone from the side of RRQ, but maybe they're not confident about the burst damage. But look at the moves coming in from Rins. No flicker on the Kaja. Oh, Diamond!
Oh, final flash cancelled out, now Divine Judgment as well, but the Avatar, the Guardian connects under the back, the freeze with the Frigid Glacier! Even with the Netherrealm, it does not matter! Psychots with Earth Shatter only onto Rins, getting passive down, but now with the Fractured, Psychot should be taken down! That's a double for Sutsujin. Annabelle forced back.
That was such good cover from RRQ.
1 for 2 though. Diamond trying to hunt for the stragglers, but with the fact that the Aurora has the passive, right? It just allows RRQ to get so much more value. Evos were forced to wait around, and this was the power of the Gadokachi we're talking about there, stopping the Divine Judgment from being that deadly of a tool. But look at this, Sutsujin walking into Dreams. Not caught just yet though, no Divine Judgment.
Shadow's gonna be careful. No flicker, he will be taken out. Natko gets a kill.
Wow, the burst damage coming in from Evos certainly still available. Look at that, Natko landing a lot of these skill shots, still doing pretty well at RRQ. I think they're gonna be forced to play a bit slow right here. They're seeing Evos have the burst potential. With Annabelle already picking up 2 kills, they want to be a bit more careful. They know Annabelle is a very adept jungler in his own right. So now we're gonna see a bit of a break in the action. Right on time for B Kent.
Is he there? Does he notice yet?
Not
oh,
yet,
he doesn't
not
know
yet.
yet. I wonder what he's talking about. 3, 2,
What's his nickname? The General?
1.
Yeah, his name is the General.
The General of
Oh, he
RRQ.
doesn't know.
Still
He hasn't
waiting.
noticed yet.
He's desperately just waiting. And then,
Oh.
there.
There you go.
Oh, he has something to show. What is this?
What is that?
What is this?
wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Sweater?
I have a bad... Oh, no, just...
Oh, it's cold.
Oh!
It's cold.
He's gold up there. Number 1 RQ.
It's cold on top. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are
Oh!
going to M6.
B Kent! Oh, hang on a minute. Diamond.
That's the General right there for you, boys. Dyron surviving in the bottom lane.
Wait, moment there from the General. And you can already almost hear his voice. He has a very, characteristic voice there, B Kent. Very motivational. All right, with 14 seconds to go, 10 seconds to go for the Turtle. You can see both teams definitely trying to set up properly here.
Oh man, they see Dreams. If we're talking about setup, Dreams, he has a lot of pressure on his shoulders right now. I mean, technically, Beatrix should be... Oh, wait a second.
Edup's gonna be the one. Oh, final strike from Dyron. Getting stunned down with the Frigid Glacier on another realm. Annabelle winning on the retreat battle. Disaster for RRQ strikes Annabelle. Picking up all the blades on the Skylar, who will be taken out. Just in a snap. Evo's glory. Oh, Dreams canceling the recall. Dyron moving forward, getting the vengeance. Delayed recall. And this is a turret for Evo's glory.
That's a 3-for-0 trade, and that's what I was curious about, right? Because technically, if you have an Alice in the gold lane, wouldn't you need a little bit more time to get to that power spike as compared to Natko, who now has that BOD?
Oh, close. Almost a steal. But yeah, that's a fair point, Eterna. Usually you would see the team with the Alice take it a bit slow and at least go for fights where the Alice won't be present, won't be required. But RRQ went for it right there. They lost the neutral objective, multiple members, and a turret as well. Definitely a quote-unquote miscalculation. And I think that's RRQ BB on in the arena right there.
It's BB8.
BB8.
BB-8? Her name's BB-8?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
BB8.
Maybe we'll get a BB-8 skin in game.
Oh.
Well, she's here to show support, but Dreams already with the
Bleeding time.
bleeding time. This means that there's going to be more Divine Judgment attempts at least. Oh, look at that conceal.
Trying to go for Skylar again, trying to shut him down. Stop him from farming. Adolf doing a good job at zoning them away. His Glowing Blood will be used by Skylar, but he won't utilize the second part of it. Just wants to clear out that wave.
So what is the power spike that we're waiting on for RRQ in terms of items, especially for Skylar? Because we saw the Alice gold lane get to that much damage, but it required time in the hands of Aaron, right? But for Skylar now, how many?
I think a good rule of thumb is 3 item power spikes, but me and Mirko, we kind of tried out a bit of the Alice technology just last night.
I got the wrong emblem. But it was still strong with the wrong emblem, so 3 items. Whoa. Edog, goodbye. Immortality buy. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Rin's the flicker forward and the Frigid Glacier onto Dreams. I'm not too sure about that. That's the roamer. Hoshi losing out in the speed fight again. Skylar running away. Natko gunning them down. The flicker from Natko. Who gets taken out as well. What happened to Evos? What happened to RRQ?
There's just so much aggression right there. RRQ, despite the fact that in theory, they want to take it slow. They want to counter-engage. They're the ones chasing. A flicker Frigid Glacier play by Rins. We all know that Rins is an aggressive player that wants to make the plays happen, even when he's on a defensive control mage. But right there, that was just something extra coming out of him. No flicker available, gets chased down. RRQ, they gotta calm down here. It's like the tempo from game number 1 is still in their heads.
They need to before things get completely out of control, right? A 5k gold lead now for Evos at the moment. And a very interesting item build for Natko. So BOD, and then he didn't go for Malefic Roar. He went Sky Piercer?
That's the Sky Piercer abuser coming through. The Beatrix with the Sky Piercer. You have to remember that it does stack up, it does scale, so now RRQ, there's more pressure on them to really not give a lot of these kills to Natko. You're seeing why Natko was willing to flicker forward as well earlier. Those stacks can really be so valuable in the late game. Looking at RRQ, moving around to clear right here. Rins is only on the glowing wand, so by all means, they're pretty far behind. And in the main roles, the jungler, for instance, is 2,000 gold ahead. The RRQ is in a very tough spot, especially with that BOD pickup from Annabelle. So much burst damage soon. Even Ida can't really stay in the front line anymore.
So what would Skylar's next item be? So he has 2, and then straight to Holy Crystal, and that's the power spike.
Yeah.
Or does he still need like Divine Glaive?
Now he does, yes. Now, not Divine Glaive. I think Winter Crown.
Maybe. And you have to remember that I believe when everyone was playing this Alice, I don't remember seeing a Starlium.
But there was a Starlium.
Was it Starlium?
Yeah.
Okay, well, means that there's going to be more emphasis in actually getting some more of those basic attacks to proc that true damage. So as long as there's a healthy amount of magic damage available for this Alice, it's going to be a lot of healing available. And maybe that could be the extra plan later on, right? Make sure that Skylar in the front line can help out with Edok and be an extra front line, technically, all things considered. But for now, with a 6,000 gold deficit, I think it's a great time for RRQ to actually have some moments like this. And they're very careful with the opening of the map here. Rin spamming out those hailstorms, knowing that it's on short cooldown, making sure that Evos has no chance to snowball even further.
Slow build. But Evos want it slow with a goalie like this. Hey!
Oh, there's
hey,
R7.
Oh, it's a legend!
That's an
Mr.
intense,
Chip 7.
an intense expression right there.
Chip 7 in the building. I wonder if he can shortcut to the MPL arena.
Oh, be a cool moment.
I want to see the moment he realizes.
And we're waiting.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, the timing's all. Sorry, R7. Dream just got taken. Oh, okay, maybe with him, RRQ's got a big avatar. R7 shows up and suddenly RRQ want to go for a fight. Annabelle, no time to play. It's Edot with Revitalize, unable to survive. Rins with the flicker forward. Now it's Psychons punishing Sutsujin. Skylar getting some HP back, flickering out to safety. Tyrant able to escape.
Natko actually burns Flicker as well to get that final kill onto Skylar, but Skylar was still able to get out of that. But that's a 1-for-2 trade, again in favor of the White Tigers. Arashi, this should be a better setup for the White Tigers to get this Lord.
Absolutely. At this point, I'm not sure if it's even possible for RRQ to try and go in like this. Psychot is out-tanking and out-damaging the members of RRQ. The gold deficit has increased now to 8,000. RRQ on the back foot, now attempting to kind of defend. In theory, with the Aurora, AoE, and control and zoning, and with the final slash threat looming around the corner, RRQ can kind of play this out, play it kind of safe. Because even if Evos want to try and get a play, the best they can do is go for a pick-off attempt with the Kaja. Because if they go in and dive with the Netherrealm, as a lot of teams do with that Pharaoh, they're liable to just getting completely bursted down with the AoE. Now taking a look at some more of the items, Endless Battle completed for Annabelle. So more burst damage. And with the Thunderbolt, Radiant Armor, and a Dreadnought for Psychots, he can just stay in the front, no problem at all. But with that Sea Halberd available for Sutsujin, maybe that tankiness can be mitigated quite a bit.
Is Natko on the way to Haas Claws, by the way?
I think he is.
Vampire Mallet?
Or a Wind of Nature, but that would not make that much sense against this magic comp. Yeah. I think it might be just the Haas Claws.
Uh-oh.
Could be used against Sutsujin,
Oh.
technically. But oh,
What?
okay.
Heptases and then Rose Gold then, maybe.
He wants that extra burst damage, definitely. Look at that snipe coming through. The Sniper Elite. It doesn't land though. RRQ has defended from the waves, but this is just the beginning of their problems. 8,000 gold behind. Wishing Lantern on the Paramis. That's a new one. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah, me neither. It's
There
a 9,000
were
gold lead, though.
changes to the Wishing Lantern though, right?
Yep. It doesn't give you as much mana any longer, but it still does a ton of damage. Max HP damage, 10% if I'm not mistaken. When you apply about 800 damage. So for Evos, especially in this position with Clocken, having the liberty, the time and space to just stay in the back and just spam the Ghost Bursters, it's gonna be a nice addition to the damage output overall from the team.
By the way, Mirko, you mentioned about Skylar and Alice.
Yeah, Season 7 he was hated because he couldn't play the Alice that well.
So if they lose this,
Maybe don't play Alice. It's a tough one to pull off. I think RRQ made a lot of mistakes in the early game here. And Skylar, mainly, I think, was way too aggressive on the Alice early on.
I think so too. And the team overall were also very aggressive in roping Skylar into those fights. Sutsujin now is level 15 by all means, but everyone else is just really, really far behind. So with a 9,000 gold lead, 14 minutes, now there's a bit of a weird shift because Evos at this point, especially the leading carries, they're going to be running out their builds to get a full inventory slot. And once that happens, now they have the urgency to try and end the game, even though technically with the item swaps, that could still be a massive resource that Evos could use.
Or Sharon the Flicker. Oh my goodness, Tyrant just got eliminated. Now in the mid lane, it's Sutsujin versus Annabelle. And yes, Sutsujin just disappeared too. Two members of RRQ gone, just like that.
this is a disaster for RRQ. If they were hoping to go for a clean sweep against the White Tigers. And like you mentioned, Arashi, before, an animal that is wounded is a dangerous beast. And this is exactly what we're seeing from Evos. They pick up the Lord, they pick up the 2 kills, and that inhibitor turret falls in the top side without anything.
Without any intervention from the side of Evos. A 12,000 gold lead. Evos, the team in last place, is actually putting on the pressure against RRQ. Job's not done though. A while back, RRQ were known as the Comeback Kings. And me personally, I never felt like that nickname has really left. You know, you always have that belief that something can happen. But now, especially when they're in first place, it's more real than ever. Quick item check right here while we do have the time. Holy Crystal completed for Skylar, but he's gonna need a lot more than just that to really be able to match. And I don't think Evos are willing to give him that time as the Lord comes into their base.
Let's say Natko already sieging in the bottom lane. Won't be able to get the turret though, I think. The minute was cleared out. RRQ actually doing a good job at clearing up these waves. But there is going to be another wave coming down. RRQ Hoshi dealing with the Lord already with Skylar on the Alice. He got some really good clear on the Alice as long as he is able to get in range of the minions. Brings the Flicker forward and Rins getting his passive broken. Flickering out to safety. Annabelle with a jump over to Rins, but now with the top of the blade should be able to find a kill. Gets in, gets out. Another round coming down as Edo is able to jump into the back. Annabelle again showing his prowess on this lane as Natko gets the unstoppable. Dynamo with the Vengeance now caught by the Primal Wrath and brought back by the Stampede. But somehow RRQ are still able to defend. 13,000 gold lead though. There's still a mini wave in the mid lane. That is all 3 base turrets taken down. Cyclops with a Flicker Earth Shatter and an onward out the Sutsujin and the Divine Judgment. Evo's Glory should maybe go for the end. Now it's Skylar against the world. Everybody against them. Still able to sustain. Skylar with it going forward and the winner crowd. But it's all too late. Evo's Glory can just go straight for the base.
The White Tigers strike back, ladies and gentlemen, forcing a game of number 3.